Hey there, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. So today, for Gemini, we're going to do a very special reading with the Divine Feather Messenger. And we're going to call out to ancestors tonight and bring you a message that I know that you might be looking for from beyond. Alright, so go ahead and think of your question. We're going to call out to the guides, spirit guides. Please be with us. Please watch over us. Ancestors, please send us the best advice. The world is carrying a heavy burden right now of change, and a lot of people are feeling this every day. What can we do? Alright, we got the woodpecker. So the woodpecker says, use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. This is your central and present issue. Maybe you've lost your rhythm, maybe you've lost your way, maybe your vibration has been broken. Give us a sign. Give us guidance. Alright, I'm gonna pull a trinket. We got a broken angel wing. We got a broken angel wing. So your guardian angel might be having a hard time right now too. Okay. Alright. Alright, and for your under what's crossing you, we've got the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Alright, this is reminiscent of my grandfather. Alright, I just feel the words, I just want to say, you know, ground control to Major Tom. Okay, that's what I want to say. I don't know if that means anything to you, but this is in your past. We're pulling right now a card from your past. Okay. We've got the grouse. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Good vibrations, right? That's in your recent past. You had some good vibrations. Maybe you have started to feel like you've lost your rhythm according to your central and present issue. Alright, this is your best outcome. Give us a sign. Best outcome. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love, life, happiness. Ancestors, guide us. We had one try to fly out. The magpie. The magpie. Reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Okay? The magpie. Alright, and then we've got the future. Your most recent immediate future. Immediate future. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love, light, hope. Give us a sign for our Geminis. The parrot. Alright, so the parrot is a loud bird. Lets itself be known. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Okay? Who are you? Alright, so y'all, my light keeps going around. I'm really in a pretty bad lighting. It's only for this app that I don't look like, a monster, so it's just really bad. And I've got some bad acne going on. And I've been crying, so, you know, sometimes we all need a little pat on the back. Maybe we're all holding on. Look, I saw a card that was backwards. Let me see what it was. Oh, the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. Alright, that's your factors affecting the situation. Okay? That's the factors affecting your situation. The loon. We've got the loon. Under external influences, we've got the loon. So maybe you're dealing with someone who's a little loony. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. That's the loon. It looks just like a duck to me. Alright, I really don't know. I want to say I don't know that much about birds, but let's be real. My grandma was a bird watcher. I spent many, many hours watching birds with her and my grandpa, which is why I bought this, which is exactly why I bought this deck. In New Orleans. Spirits guided me there. Alright, Hope and Fears, Osprey. The Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Hopes and fears. Don't be fearing. Don't be worrying. Okay. Final outcome. Let's see what your final outcome is. Gemini. Alright, Gemini. We've got the Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in an authentic way. Starling. Beautiful. Alright, so let's pull some cards to go with these. I have this astrology deck here. It's a little bit deep. It's got all of the houses, all of the planets, all of the signs. It's a very knowledgeable deck. I do know most of the stuff, but this deck is so good. I really just love reading it because it's so knowledgeable. It has the reading, how to do a reading, and then it has the astrology behind it so that you can kind of see where the readings come from. Where do they root? Alright, Uranus is your central and present issue, and that's right underneath the woodpecker. Alright, Uranus is, hold on one second. Okay, in astrology, the first of the outer planets is Uranus, and he stays in the sign for approximately 7 years. That means that the quality of the sign is shared by much of a generation. In order to understand how he influences you, you must look at the house that he is in and the aspects within these few degrees into your inner planets. So this is the house of the 11th house of air, and it has to do with blue appetite and electricity, sky, storms, lightning, and metal. Each generation has its own discoveries and inventions. New laws are implemented and old ones are relegated to archives. Uranus is our great liberator, and its impact is felt by all of us. On the individual level, Uranus is also about shaking things up and creating little rebellions in your life. He prefers to be unconventional, and these changes put a new spin on existing structures. This is where Uranus shines. When Uranus is a negative transit or an aspect, it is aspecting us poorly, we can become destructive just for the sake of it, and is a dangerous place to be. Sometimes we ruin things that we actually care for, only to regret it later. Freedom, rebellion, invention, electric, destruction, creation, discover. Alright, so this also has to do with, it's time to do the unexpected. Take a leap into the unknown. With the arrival of Uranus, this card is all about rebellion. A little bit can be healthy, liberating, but a lot can be devastating. The choice is yours and yours alone. Going against the grain in a world that wants to conform just feels good sometimes. Not to fight it, right? Just go with the flow, right? Alright, approach solving a problem from a new angle. Sometimes taking a step back and observing the situation of the world's greatest inventors gave them time for their ideas to, it gave up the first time. If they had gave up the first time, they never would have succeeded, okay? So some of these great inventions like electricity, you know, they never would have happened if somebody hadn't just kept on trying, right? So don't give up. Alright, Uranus frees us. Okay, so let's check out what's crossing you. What's crossing you, Gemini? The 11th house. Alright, so you've got the owl and the 11th house. So, didn't we just say that's Uranus is the 11th house? Didn't I just say that? So this is your central and present issue, and it's what's crossing you. So the 11th house, that has to do with, I want to say, Aquarius. Yes, Uranus. So you've got the 11th house and the same planet immediately under what's crossing you and your present issue, both. Alright, so this is a woodpecker, that irritating racket that you just want to, you know, actually get your gun out and shoot it. So the woodpecker is actually the state bird from where I'm from. Okay. And then the owl, I absolutely love owls. Okay, let's read the 11th house here for you. The realm of friendship, the zodiac Aquarius. Social interactions and plans for the future live in the 11th house. Alongside Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, this house naturally shakes things up a bit. So, it's unconventional area of the natal chart. When we are children, we make friends because we are the same age. As we get older, we begin to develop our sense of self and discover our own interests. And those things become the defining factors in our friendships. Two people can lead very different lives, but if they both love the same obscure television show, the 11th house will throw them together in a social situation. When we make plans for the future, we look to others to help us reach them. Reaching our goals is not generally something that we do completely on our own. We seek our mentors and our guides for advice so that we do not fail. So that's just saying not to be afraid to ask for help if you really want to change and do something big. Ask your friends and family for help, especially if you're going through a rough time. And I know a lot of my Geminis are. Big plans and unconventional dreams are this card's wheelhouse. Anything that you can come up with right now can easily become reality with a bit of thinking outside the box. The 11th house is where the greatest ideas are born, as long as you don't let society impose its narrow view upon your creative process. Figuring out your place in the world can be a scary thing, but it should also be fun. There is so much to discover out there. Treat every person that you meet like a potential friend, and you may be surprised at what you discover. Alright, the keywords are similar to the last card. Rebellion, social, friendships, invention, and potential. Alright, let's see what else we've got here for you. So in your recent past, it shows the grouse. Embrace the power of dance and movement. Alright, so maybe you had some kind of exercise routine, or, you know, just good time. Maybe you like to dance, maybe you like to go out, maybe you like to two-step, maybe you like to do the Congo, who knows, do the limbo. I like to do the limbo, the Congo, the La Cucaracha. Okay, the grouse. Alright, so this is in your recent past. The last quarter moon. Okay, last quarter moon. Alright. The flower petals begin to wilt and fall, and you may be feeling anxious about letting go of their beauty. But it's important to remember that they are just getting out of the way so that the flower you also need to release. So that the flower can seed and spread and be spread by the wind. Like the flower, you also need to release whatever is blocking you, whatever's stopping your potential. Be sure to make a note of what did work for you and apply it to your situation next time. Alright, so yeah, I have definitely kept diaries and books and things of that nature. Whenever I was on a lot of heavy medications for epilepsy, it would make me very forgetful, and I would make diaries for, like, if I felt sick or if I got a headache. Some people call them epilepsy migraines. You know, but whatever it is that's ailing you, write it down. Whenever you check your schedule and see what you did that day to cause that headache, maybe after a month you can figure out what it is that's causing it. Alright, so then we've got under your best outcome, we've got the magpie. Reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. And then we've got Venus. Alright, so that's the planet of love. Alright, and Venus is a very good card, but if Venus is like reversed in a bad situation, like letting go of something, someone with a lot of Venus energy will be quite alluring and have natural magnetism about them, even if they are very shy or reserved. It is important to note that all the classic beauties, Venus has a dark side, and her energy can be greedy, lazy, entitled, and difficult to transition. It can bring out this in all of us. Alright, so this means that it's time to appreciate the beauty in your surroundings. Too often we rush through life, never stopping to appreciate the simple things. Food and shelter are human needs, but we also need enjoyment. We also need pleasure, intimacy. We need laughter, and we need rest. Without these, we are just empty shells, prone to depression and loneliness. Venus serves as a reminder to pamper yourself every now and then, and be more productive in the long run. Alright, it says you could be going through a period of attraction where you're attracting material items or a romantic interest, And Venus wants you to not only enjoy it, but also utilize it. Okay? And then for your immediate future, we've got the parrot. Somebody very loud is coming into your life. Somebody, you can hear them coming from a mile away. And let's see if maybe they'll give us a sign. Mercury. Alright, so Mercury was recently retrograde, and that can cause all kinds of communication issues. Alright, so it's gone direct now, and it definitely, Mercury has to do with organizing, cleaning, not starting too many projects and not finishing them, but follow up with your promises, and don't make promises that you can't keep. Even if you feel like you want to do this, this, and this, and this, you have to be realistic whenever you're promising people things. I am a Virgo, and this is very much my planet. So, if I've made 1,400 promises to you, then you know that I had every intention of fulfilling every promise. And we all need to make sure, especially when you get a card like Mercury, that you are... See, my face is so broken out, y'all. It says, this is the 3rd and the 6th house. Pale blue gems, birds, feathers, and letters. Okay, and we got the feather messenger deck. Alright, so Mercury is the planet of our mental faculties. How we learn and how we relay information is determined by its placement. Just like how our brains send signals to other parts of our bodies, Mercury is always sending and receiving bits of information in the cosmos. So Mercury's planet has such a strong attraction for our gravitational pull that it actually affects our technology. That's why they say if Mercury's retrograde, you may have some issues with your technology. Alright, so if you've been expecting news or communication about an important issue and it's right around the corner, when you receive it, be sure to logically weigh the pros and the cons before sending back your answer. Due diligence is key when Mercury is involved. And I think that's always good advice, to think about what you say before you blurt it out. There is a theory that we are the product of our thoughts, that we cannot exist without them, but we know that isn't true. A person in a vegetative state exists, and they don't have the capacity to reason or think. Thoughts can be conscious. Action, positive ones, can lead to a positive attitude, and negative ones lead to a negative attitude. Alright, so we have to stay positive. Basically, this is saying we have to stay positive. And it has to do with our future and a very loud, parrot-like person in your life. Maybe someone who squawks at you or mirrors you. Everything that you say, they mirror it. That's the type of energy that you're looking at with this parrot card. Alright, and then for the hummingbird with factors affecting your situation, we have Cancer. Cancer is all about the shell, the hard outer shell, and hiding everything on the inside. Basically, this is calling out to you. It's saying, open up. It's saying, it's okay. Even though you're a very protective mother, or even if you're not a mother, I'm definitely not a mother, but I'm probably the most motherly person that you might run into on the streets, okay? If you trip and fall and everything in your purse flies all over the store, I'm probably going to be the one to run over there and help you. Alright, so that's really dangerous too, this type of reaction to helping, because if something comes up missing out of this lady's purse that you just helped her pick up, she's going to think you stole it. So you have to be helpful, but maybe careful too, alright? So your external influences. Alright, you've got the loon. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are often drifting in. So there may be some piece of guidance. Your subconscious mind, which is what's working when you're sleeping, is your memories. It's your cognition. It's the lessons that you've learned. It's all those things that your mind has blocked out because it can't deal with it. Okay? Things like that are on the back burner, in the back of your mind, and they can be spoiling you. Alright, so then we've got Lilith right underneath the loon. Okay, so if you don't know who Lilith is, prior to Adam and Eve, there was Adam's first wife. According to legend, Adam's first wife was not like Eve. She was more like Adam. But they were so much alike that they butted heads, and they couldn't even, you know what, I'm just going to read the card to you because the story as I know it is kind of racy for YouTube. So it says, the folklore of Lilith was created to be Adam's first wife. In the Garden of Eden, to Adam's shock and dismay, it turned out that she was the actual person with thoughts and feelings of her own, and she refused to be put in a subservient position in the relationship. So she left. It is here that she turned into the cautionary tale for women to keep them in line. Lilith is a multifaceted, widely misunderstood creature in astrology. She is wild and animalistic, vengeful, petty, erotic, mysterious. She is power. Lilith has the 4 distinct forms of the astrology, but for our purposes, she is taking on the asteroid form. This is what is known as her solid form, her physical body. In the natal chart, Lilith shows us where we will absolutely not compromise, and also how to work through repressed anger. She is a transformative force that can be quite powerful when channeled into personal growth. When we start to stand up for ourselves, we are often faced with backlash and further punishment. Lilith asks us, Lilith asks that we don't back down. Continue to push forward. In fact, you have the capacity to downright destroy those who continue to oppress you. And call upon the powerful figure of womanhood when you feel like you don't have enough strength left. Sometimes strength is just walking away from the people that you are told that you're supposed to love, or goals and expectations that others have set for you. The key words: shadows, darkness, power, equality, mystery, wild, and pettiness. Okay, so this does not even begin to cover the real story of Lilith, but I don't think it's appropriate for YouTube. I have a lot of little young people that like my channel, so you all can look it up if you really would like to know. The osprey has to do with hopes and fears, and it says, your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to follow you effortlessly. Alright, so Gemini, we're going to find out what is your astrological hopes and fears. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And this is for your love life. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for your love life. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Gemini. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Eris. We have the asteroid Eris, and this goes right along there with allow the abundance to flow. Eris is, there's Eris and Eros, and I can't hardly remember the difference. This is Eris, in case you want to look it up later. So this is the destroyer. This is your hopes and fears. So you may be afraid of destruction, or you may be afraid of loss, maybe. Loss is a very, the number 3, dagger, adder, torches, golden apples. Okay, so Eris, it was Eris's jealousy that set off the famous Trojan War upset. That she was not invited to the wedding of Peleus and Thetis. The goddess went into hysterical rampage, encouraging men to fight one another, which quickly spiraled into madness. And it was an overreaction on her part. But she showed that she lives up to her reputation as a spiteful and petty goddess. Alright, I don't encourage this type of behavior. Eris presides over karmic retribution. Though her judgment is not always sound. When thinking about the goddess, we have to acknowledge that the concept of an eye for an eye, or better yet, your 2 eyes for my 1 eye, her rebellion is clearly not as lighthearted as that of Uranus, which is your first card and your central and present issue. The natal chart, think of her as a mirror inside of yourself. Alright, so there's the parrot who's mirroring you. So this Eris might be representing someone who mirrors you. Okay? It says, since her transits are so slow moving, all of the people that you come in contact with for your next few hundred years will have the same Eris sign, which is Aries. What this means is the house takes precedence in your natal chart, and with this asteroid, the house Eris the house Eris holds the traits that we dislike most in ourselves. Okay, so this is where you find yourself projecting, okay? So I probably shouldn't just say that so bluntly because nobody wants to hear that, but usually the traits that you dislike most in ourselves, and all too often we will take it out, this discontent on others. So you find yourself in a very hypocritical state. All right, we can rebel against these qualities as much as we want, but they are always going to be there. All right, so it's best to overcome these hatred feelings within yourself, because even though you can't stand it if someone else does it to you, you are going to react based on the way that you have been treated. Alright, so here's the reading, okay? So that was for astrology, this is for the reading. Feeling jealous and angry? Question mark. These are both healthy emotions, but don't let them consume you entirely, or you may not be invited to the party. It may feel satisfying to lash out in the moment, but if you channel that anger into something more productive, you will yield much better results. Eris can point out transgenerational traumas and its effect on our daily lives. We carry the stresses of our ancestors inside of us, and this shapes our responses inside of us, and this shapes our responses to certain triggers and on a cellular level. Alright, that's just like negativity can cause cancer and positivity can kill cancer. This is the kind of things that whenever there's a pandemic going on, the rage and the violence and the anger can really trigger these, ailments to even get worse. It says these traumas can be on an immediate family level, but also a societal level. Remember that all things that you are feeling are valid. Anger, strife, bitterness, karma, vengeance, reflection. Alright, so this is your hopes and fears. So this might be something that, has been scaring you, is causing you sleepless nights, right? Alright. And then your very last card is the Starling. And your final outcome says, now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Alright, so we're going to take a quick, one more card. This is the last card. Okay, Starling and Capricorn. Alright, so Capricorn sign is representing of I know. No, that's Aquarius. Hold on. Capricorn is I use. So you may have someone in your life who, this is the time to get out and go do. And you might need to take advantage of someone with this Capricorn mentality to help you break free from the chains that bind you in the situation that you're currently in. The goat, or the sea goat, December 21st to January 20th, the astrological planet of Saturn, and Earth, Cancer, black stones, minerals, wood, and fresh paper. Says the 10th sign of the zodiac is Capricorn, and she is focused on success, respect, and power. She is often depicted as a callous and opportunistic person, and while those behaviors can manifest in her darkest form, she is actually very caring and can be seen encouraging those around her to triumph. In this natal chart, Capricorn shows us that we are cautiously ambitious. Alright? And in a reading, it says Capricorn often appears when we are under a lot of pressure to succeed. And this can cast a more serious shadow on our personality. This energy can be effectively channeled into anything that we want. So grab a pen and paper and outline the steps reaching your goal. Be realistic. But remember that believing in yourself is the most important part of the process. If you have been pushing hard and not seeing any progress, it may be time to take a step back and evaluate your process. Maybe you need to change up your routine or assign certain tasks to specific days when you know that you will get your individual undivided attention. So, don't worry, you will get to where you want to be. Determined, hardworking, logical, focused, respect, callous, and secure. Alright, so being that your cards that are over here, such as this woodpecker and, Uranus, your 8th house, this kind of all has to do with, a very, kind of closed off nature, and your final outcome is saying that you've got to come out of that. And sometimes bad things can happen to us, even depression or a loss of a loved one, and these are the times when it's okay to allow yourself to put the pain on the back burner, just so that you can let your heart feel again. Okay, and you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to, maybe you want to feel that pain, hold on to it, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to do that, but you also have to take care of yourself too. If it is a lost loved one or someone who's hurt you, that maybe they're not passed away, maybe they're still alive and they've hurt you, and it's holding you back. You don't want to go out of the house, you don't want to see them, or you don't want to face, whatever it is. Just go ahead and proverbially put it on the back burner and allow yourself to breathe again, okay? And everything will get better slowly. It's going to take a long time, but this is just a bump in the road, okay? And everything's going to become a lot easier. I'm going to pull a manifestation card for you, and we're going to put it right under this central and present issue. So not only is your central and present issue Aquarius, but we're also moving into the age of Aquarius. And it has really shaken up the world, okay? Things have changed, people are changing, the system is changing, everyone is changing, the oppression is lifting, alright? We've got I love you, agape love. So that's who's going to help you get through this, okay? Agape love, your family, your loved ones, your lover, your children, your mother, whoever it is that, your friends. Create energy by eating raw foods, alright? So that's under what's crossing you. Anytime you microwave or fry something, it's going to take out 90% of the good, organic material that helps you to digest your food, and those type of things. Those raw foods have so much more nutritional value, okay? Write the story as if you already have what you dream, okay? And this is underneath the last quarter moon and the grouse, which has to do with the dance, the rhythm. Maybe you've lost your rhythm. So write it down. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, write it down as if you've already had it. It's already succeeded. Whatever you're dreaming of, okay? And then we've got the magpie. Reevaluate your priorities with love and natural attraction. Natural attraction. So, you don't have to have all the fake, this persona is not me, but your intrinsic values, who you are on the inside, that is what's important, all right? That is what's going to make that agape love, that true love, that Venus connection. It says reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. All right, so whatever's holding you back, look towards your passions, okay? Look towards your passions. And then in your in your future you have a loud, like, parrot-like figure, somebody just very, very talkative, and they're saying they're Mercury. It's probably me. Or maybe it's someone that's a Gemini. Mercury is also Gemini. So this could be you. This could be talking about you. It could be talking about someone in your life who is a Virgo. Or, let's see what the manifestation card. Law of attraction. Give tenfold and you will receive it. Alright, give tenfold and you will receive it. Factors affecting the situation are the hummingbird and Cancer. So you may have, the hummingbird just reminds me of my grandma so much. I see that the card says, release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy. So this really reminds me of, like, what your grandma would say after she's gone and you're crying for her. Then your grandma wouldn't want to see you doing that. And then you've got Cancer, who's in her shell, just motherly and taking care of herself and taking care of her little ones. But it's okay to break free from that shell, okay? And what are we going to do to manifest this freedom? What are we going to do to manifest this freedom for you? We're going to succeed. All right, we're going to think positive. We're going to focus on success. We're going to write it on the calendar. We're going to make a notification. We're going to stick a note on the refrigerator. Whatever it is that you want to change, go ahead and invest in that today. Invest in it today. For yourself, for your sanity, for your future. Alright, and then we've got the Loon factors affecting your situation. So you got some kind of crazy Lilith factor. Someone's in your face. Someone's telling you that you need to follow your authentic self. External influences. Manifesting happiness. Okay, equality. I feel like this is about equality. Okay, it says strong vibes, happy lives. So that's with Lilith, strong values. Okay, I just dropped the whole deck. But right on top, we got another card that says agape love. High vibes, agape love. This is the second card we had with that, and it goes right under Eris and Osprey, which Eris is all about jealousy and insecurities, but it also says on the Osprey, which is this bird card, that your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow. Alright, so there's some kind of jealous, negative energy, some kind of something holding you back in your love life, something that's keeping you from that agape love. Whatever it is, put it on the table, overcome it. Alright, Starling, your final outcome. We've got, now is the time to get out into the world and connect. We've got Capricorn to help you do it. And I'm a Capricorn moon, so I kind of get that. I understand how important that is. And for your, how are we going to manifest it? How are we going to get you out of this hole? How are we going to get you out of this rut? How are we going to get you out of here? Willpower. You're going to use your deepest willpower. You're going to pray for it, okay? Alright, so that's an hour-long reading, but I know that my Geminis really needed that, and I hope that you all enjoy it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and come back and see me next week, okay?